Alrighty, I think we are live. I just need to jump on YouTube properly so I can make sure that this is working. Because right now I don't see the stream yet, so I'm just gonna wait, but it should be live. Hopefully, fingers crossed. This is always the fun part where I just start the stream and I never know if it's... Oh, there it is. Okay. I think it is working. Hey, yeah. Alrighty. Alright, and there's the chat. Sashak says, hey, well, hello. Nice to see you here. Please let me know if you can hear me properly. I'm using a new microphone. Technically, it should be better than my previous one, but also I'm never sure with technical thingies that, like, did I set this up the right way? Is it okay? Oh, I also wanted to put on music. Hold on, let me put on my music. There we go. Okay, now we have music too. John Mendoza in the chat says, hi Sunny, hi John. Slashok says, mic and stream seems fine. Oh, perfect. Thank you very much for your feedback. Alrighty. Everything seems to be fine. So, right now, I'm just gonna wait a little bit so people can get the notifications and everyone who wants to watch the stream from the beginning can jump on and be here right from the beginning. So, yeah, in the meantime, you can see basically the rules for the stream, so to speak. Nothing too crazy, you know, just a general information. During the stream, I will be doing my best to keep up with the chat and answer questions and comments and all that. So if you have any questions regarding manga drawing, publishing, the channel, me, my works, Saturday AM, you name it, feel free to ask. And I will be happy to answer whatever I can answer. Also, you probably will hear a bunch of weird and random noises. I'm doing this stream while I have 4 pets around me, so yeah, right now you probably can hear some clickety-clackety as Nora walks by. Normally they should be pretty okay. Like, I'm hoping there will be no barking and stuff. But also, you never know with dogs. Plus, they are pugs. You're gonna hear snores and wheezing and all that fun stuff. So, I apologize about that. They are doing their best. Alright, I can see more people in the chat. John says, I can hear you. Perfect, thank you. Oh, I'm probably gonna butcher your name. I'm sorry. Fikanzo? Fikanzo? I'm not sure how to pronounce it. And also the first 4 letters are kind of throwing me off because that means something else in Hungarian. Says, hey, it's loud and clear. Awesome, thank you for your feedback. I'm really happy this microphone is working out. It's actually so much more comfortable for me too because it has this boom arm, so it's not in the way for me when I'm drawing, and that's so much more comfortable. Afro Ninja says, hey, well, hello, nice to see you here. And then we have Savage Bear saying, Sunny, happy belated birthday by a few weeks. Oh, thank you, thank you. Yeah, I had my birthday in September. I am old, officially 33, which is terrifying. But it's alright. I had a fun birthday with my lovely wife, so that was really nice. And now, as usual, I'm back to work. So, yeah. Actually, I forgot to grab a drink, so I'm gonna grab a drink real quick, and then I'm gonna start working on some manga pages, because I know that's why we're here. Alrighty. Thank you for the wait. I have my water, I have my dropping glove, have the pugs, the cats, everything. Alrighty, let's do this. It's not really my usual streaming time, so I'm not sure how long this stream will be. Might be longer than usual, might be not. I'm not sure. Like, I'm hoping to get some good work done. So we'll see. But yeah, let's do this. I'm gonna probably close this because I don't need this. Hello, Nora. You might hear her. Alright, and I am going to work on this page for the False Hero manga adaptation. If you missed the news, I am the artist of the manga adaptation of the popular light novel series The False Hero. And this is one of the pages that I am working on. Originally, I planned to finish this sketch so I can work on the inks and all that fun stuff during the stream. And I got a little bit distracted with animal shenanigans. But at least this time I didn't forget to feed my animals before the stream. So I think that's probably for the best. So now everyone is taken care of. And I have to polish up these sketches before I'm gonna be inking. Sometimes you might have seen that I jump in with the inks right away, and that's not always my best approach on things. So this time I actually wanna polish this up a little bit because, yeah, many of the panels are very, very rough at this stage. Like, some things I could probably ink right away, like, you know, silly faces are always super easy to ink. And then there's this one, but as you can see here, I didn't even finish sketching the faces. And this one definitely needs some polishing up too. So I'm gonna be working on some sketching first, and then I'm gonna move on to inking this page. And also dividing up the panels and everything, because that's also a little bit all over the place. Alrighty, I'm gonna take a quick glance on the chat. And am I in black? Okay, that's black. Okay. Shameless says hi. Well, hello, nice to see you here. John Mendoza says, I'm working on another one-shot and it's tokusatsu themed. However, I'm taking 2 weeks off due to surgery. Well, I wish you a quick recovery and best of luck with your short story. The False Hero says, yay, driving time. Yup. You can see it in action. My guy says, Sagami, hello, I just bought your book. Oh, thank you so much. Thank you for your support. And also great news about the book. Saigami Volume 2 is now available for pre-order. At least on Amazon. It's definitely up on Amazon already. So if you want to make sure you're getting the book, you can already pre-order. And I'm pretty sure it will be up for pre-order on all of the major book distributor sites, like you know, Barnes and Nobles and Book Depository and all that stuff. So yeah, now it's up for pre-order. You have plenty of time because the book isn't coming out until next June. So there's time, you know, no rush, but now it's out there. And I am actually really proud how the cover turned out for Volume 2. Actually, why not? Before I'm gonna start drawing, I'm just gonna show you because I'm really happy with this cover, so I just wanna show off. Sagami Volume 2. Alrighty, here it is. Hold on one second, I need to let a dog out. Come on, let's go. Alright, I'm gonna pull this down here. Here it is. Okay, this is not the best view. Hold on, let me go back. I did not think this through, how I want to do this. Can I just save the image? I don't have the image. Why don't I have the image? I am great at this. Open image in new tab. Ah, there we go. There we go. I'm gonna do this. There we go. Here is the cover. Whoop whoop whoop. Yeah, I'm really happy how this one turned out. The original illustration and artwork is up on my Patreon. Some things have been changed around for the cover, so the composition is a little bit different, but still, I think this is like one of my best cover artworks so far, so super happy with it. And in a couple months, this is gonna be on the shelf of bookstores, so yay, I'm super excited about it. So yeah. Alrighty, I am going to close this. Actually, I might just catch up with the comments real quick. Chio says, listening to your streams are some of the best background noise to draw manga along to. I'm glad I managed to catch one live. Aw, thank you. That's like so nice to hear. I often tend to listen to something when I'm drawing, be it like a podcast or something. And yeah, I also find it that sometimes it's just really helpful to get into the zone if you listen to the right thing. Plus, I keep saying this, but like drawing and creating comics can often be a lonely activity. So being able to do it with someone, even if it's like, you know, online or something, makes it feel a less lonely. So yeah, I'm always happy to hear whenever, you know, people are drawing along the stream and all that. It's just really nice. My guy says, y'all comics started appearing in our stores. I was stoked. Aw, that's super fun. I'm happy to hear that. Yeah, they should be everywhere in bookstores and Walmarts. Not sure what country you're in, but the books can be found in the US, Canada, UK, Australia, and even in some very random countries. Some of the European countries like Germany, my home country, Hungary, apparently had some. Like, I know that some people ordered it online, my Hungarian folks, but also we saw Apple Black in, I think it was Israel, which is like, wow, okay. and yeah, there are several other countries that have our books, so that's pretty cool. But yeah, I'm gonna close this and I'm gonna draw, actually. Alrighty. But I'm also gonna keep an eye on the comments. My guy says, I got all of this Atom comics because I was so shocked they were there. Well, thank you for your support. You know, hopefully soon it won't be as shocking that they are on the bookshelves, because now we just finished up our first year with Saturday Annual coming out, or I think it's out already in North America, as far as I know, I think. So yeah. I completely lost my train of thoughts here. But yeah, they should be on bookshelves. And you know, maybe if you go into a bookstore and they don't have it, it might happen that they sold the copies that they have there, or you know, you can always ask the store personnel whether they have it. You can order them if you want to get them in your local bookstore and support them. So yeah. Oops, I just hit my microphone with my pen. I hope that didn't make too bad of a sound. John Mendoza asking, do you remember the manga Merchant Awakens Romance? Yeah, more like the anime. I never read the manga, nor did I don't think I've seen the anime. I might have seen some clips in AMVs, I think, maybe. Definitely read like an article or two about it in an anime magazine that we had in Hungary, but I think that's pretty much it. I don't remember ever reading it, so but I do remember it. Chio says, oh wow, that's cool. Ficanzo says, wow. Thank you. Might Guy says, that is a really nice cover. Thank you. John says, love the cover. Shame says, looks really good. Ficanzo says, jaw dropping. Aw, thank you. My Guy says, respect the grind. Countries that don't have it started making scans. White covered it. I mean, there were scans even before the books came out in stores. Like, it's kind of funny how, or at least I know Apple Black and Saigami were up on scanlation sites. Maybe some of the other series too, I'm not sure. I remember Apple Black and Saigami for sure. Like, I don't even know what kind of scanlation sites are there, but like, back then it was like Manga Fox and Manga Kakarot or something. And yeah, they were all up on those scanlation sites. And I know that there were some fan translations. I know we had Russian for Apple Black. There was a Portuguese translate or scanlation for Saigami. There were some other languages too, but I literally cannot remember right now. So you know, that always has been a thing. Scanlation is still thriving, so to speak. Yeah, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing. Like, you know, it's basically exposure. So as someone who got into manga with scanlations, you know, it always has this weird spot in my heart, because if it wasn't for scanlations, I probably would never gotten the chance to get into manga, or maybe just like very late, because it simply was not available in my country. So, you know, scanlations were for many years my only access to manga, and I know that there are still many people out there who can only access a wide variety of content through scanlations. At the same time, it's still piracy, so obviously, as long as there are people who are like, why would I buy this when I can read it for free online? That's not the right mindset. So, yeah, it's a weird spot. Of course, you know, when it comes to like fans translating the content, that's always interesting, because, like, you know, normally I wouldn't be able to reach a Portuguese speaking only audience because I don't speak the language. So yeah, you know, that's very interesting. That was one of the reasons why when we were only publishing our volumes by ourselves, self-publishing, I made sure that Saigami will have a Hungarian edition, which obviously I translated because I'm Hungarian. Because I knew that there are many people in Hungary who love anime and manga, but they don't speak foreign languages. Because Hungary is not too big on English or any kind of foreign language. Even if people speak foreign languages, it's most likely gonna be German and not English. I think it's improving now, but like, yeah. So, you know, and still to this day, I keep getting messages from people who are like, well, I don't speak English, will I be able to read the new Saigami? And I don't know, I hope so, but, you know, now we can't rely on just fan translation, or, you know, I can't just take the book and translate it myself, because now it's all through the Korto Publishing Group, so I don't have that kind of power, and I think so. Maybe a Hungarian publisher will pick up and translate it, maybe they won't, I don't know. Anyway, I'm just rambling. Like, I don't even know where I started here, but yeah. Yeah. Little Mangoer says, hello. Well, hello. Nice to see you here. Naftali Albert says, hi, Sunny. Hey, Natalie. Nice to see you here again. What are you drawing? I am drawing a page for the False Hero manga adaptation. I made some post announcing this project a little while ago. So yeah, you probably will see me work on these pages a lot. Yes, there's gonna be a full volume, and I'm super excited to draw it. John Mendoza says, I was reading Zip Man. Which one was Zip Man? Oh, I know. I read a little bit of that because I like the artist. I really liked, I think that was their first publication. It was called Yoakemono. And I really like that manga. Like there was just something about it, like the art style and everything. Of course, it was canned because Shonen Jump. I don't think it got over like 2 volumes, but I really love that manga. And ever since then, I've been looking forward to see that creator succeed. And then came Zip Man, and it was just a hot mess. And yeah. I think they do have now something in like maybe Korokoro, or one of the childish versions of Shueisha's publication, which is like cool. Now they can make a living out of manga, but like I was really looking forward to see something like Yoakemono because that was a cool story. It was just very underappreciated. 1 second, I need to let the dog back in. Alrighty, Emmett is in the house. And he looks very upset that he cannot be on my lap, but he cannot be there because I can't draw when he's on my lap. He's also probably very upset that his other mama isn't here, so... just 1 second. No, it's okay, just settle down. Yeah, just settle down. Alright, where was I? Comments. Little Manga War. Tomorrow I go to New York Comic Con. Oh, that sounds awesome! Have fun! Have fun! I love conventions. And this year I was able to go to a convention, RTX, and it was so much fun. God, that was one of my best conventions ever. I'm so happy I got to go. So yeah, have fun at New York Comic Con. Maybe next year I can go as well. Or Anime Embassy, or one of them, or both. I don't know. Like, I definitely plan to go to more conventions. Once things work out a little bit better. Like right now, even if I had the chance, I probably would not have made it to New York, so yeah, but next year definitely way more conventions. I really miss conventions, and I really want to get back into doing artist alleys. Those are so much fun. The Reaper of Crows. Hi, Sunny. Hi. It's so nice to see you here. I'm so happy you could make it. How are you? I'm okay. I'm alright. Had pretty busy week. Been dealing with a lot of stuff lately, some family issues as well, so there's been some ups and downs and all, but in general I'm good, and I am doing my best to catch up on all of my work and make some good progress. So here we are. I'm really happy that I can come back to streaming. I wanted to do a live stream at the end of September. It just really didn't work out, so here's hoping that I can do more in October. So far we're on the right track. And of course, partially the reason I'm streaming tonight and I'm doing it late is because for the first time my wife is not at home for the night and I feel so lonely. So yeah, I figured it's gonna be nice to stream and hang out with you guys and have some company. So yeah, how is everyone doing? Reaper of Crow says, I mean, hey, you know you're famous when people pirate your comics. I mean, I wouldn't call it famous or anything, but yeah, it's interesting to see that, like, yeah, there's piracy for content, so I guess there are some certain things, like, you know, you made it when there's, like, you know, Rule 34 applies to your content. And I hate to say it, but yeah, Saigami had that, so not happy with that. But yeah, someone at one point sent me some fan creation that I was like, whoa boy. Yeah, it's interesting. Micah says, True Fist of the North Star, JoJo, and others rely on scans since those aren't in the West yet. Yeah, like, there are so many titles that you can't access otherwise. Like, you know, nowadays, especially here in the West, I say we are pretty lucky because we have access to so many manga. Like, it still blows my mind going into a bookstore, like, especially if it's a bigger one. Like, we have a Books-A-Million about an hour away from where we live, and it's just massive manga selection, and that is, like, so impressive for me. You know, growing up in Hungary, we had some publishers dabbing into manga publishing, so for a while there was a manga section in bookstores, but then all of those publishers just quit because it was just not enough of a market and it just collapsed. So, you know, getting manga, especially new manga, was only something you could either do online or you could get it at conventions, but it was, like, super overpriced, so oof, hot mess. So the fact that I can just walk in a bookstore here and there are hundreds of manga series up on the shelves, that's like, holy shit, that's incredible, and love to see it. And you know, there are a bunch of, like, online possibilities, like, you know, I have the Shonen Jump subscription, so I can access a bunch of, like, Vizes? Series by Viz, yeah, that sounds better. So you know, that's, like, incredible that I can legally read those just for a few bucks per month. And you know, there are other subscriptions or stuff you can buy online via subscription, or just get an ebook and digital content. But even then, that's only, like, a small fraction of the manga series that are published in Japan. And you know, yeah, there's gonna be series that, like, you literally have no chance to get access to otherwise. Especially if we're talking about, like, older series too. You know, many of my favorites are, like, older series, and it's so damn hard to get the English copies. Like, if I wanted to collect all of Rave Master volumes now in English, it will be damn hard to do. Like, I've been searching for them, and yeah, if you want the physical copies, good luck. You can get them digitally, which is really cool, but oh, getting them in print is, like, borderline impossible. And many series never got a translated version because they just didn't. So yeah, Scan Nations are still making manga accessible, and I know that in the long run, it can hurt publishers and creators financially. But at the same time, it's not necessarily the kids in small countries who can't access manga otherwise hurting the industry. It's, people who have access, but instead of buying, they decide to just go for the scanlation, and that's where the problem is. So yeah, here we are. Spider the Legman, how do you say poopy head in Hungarian? Asking to piss off a friend. Well, if you wanna go with like a tamer version, then it would be just cocky fay. Which is not really said in Hungarian, I think. Like, we don't really say that. Or at least I don't think I ever said that combination before like that. One thing to know about Hungarian language is that we have a wide variety of swear words, and it's beautiful. Obviously, I'm not gonna be saying much in a stream, but yeah, like, Hungarian language is one of the most creative when it comes to swearing. So yeah, good luck pissing off your friend. Reaper of Crows says, I'm doing okay. I've been on the manga grind and drawing pages every day. It's so time consuming. Yup, sure is. I think that's like one of the funniest things whenever you see people get into... Oh, what's that? You heard a sound. Where did that come from? Oh, what has subscribed? Thank you for subscribing! I thought that was only a Twitch thing, but apparently now YouTube shows this. That's cool. I had no idea. I don't remember where I was. Oh yeah, drawing manga is time consuming. Yeah, so yeah, I think that is something people only really realize when they get into it for real. That just how much time it can take, and yeah. Often people think that, oh, it's just you just sit down and draw, so it must be easy. And that was something that always drove me crazy, that like, especially, people who have no idea about anything. So, it's just my coworkers or something, and they're just like, oh, so you just sit down and just draw all day, do what you love. And I'm like, yeah, basically. But it's still work. Like, it's fun, but it's not easy. So, it's not just like, oh, just draw whatever. Because especially with like manga, comics, webtoons, you name it, there's so much to the whole process. Like, it's so complex. And, sure, if it's just you sitting down doodling, there's less of like that process going on. But when it comes to comics, it's a completely different animal. Like, so many decisions, so many artistic choices to make, and you're literally doing the job of several people in one person whenever you're a comic artist. Especially if you're the writer too, then that's even more. So yeah. It's not easy, and it's super time consuming. If it's very easy and very fast, you might not be doing it the right way. Or you're a natural talent, who knows. I found it that like, it was always kind of funny at how I learned more and more about making comics, the slower I got with the process. But at the same time, when I look back at my old stuff, I realized that, oh, I'm getting slower and slower because now I'm actually making those decisions like consciously. I'm thinking about it. I am not just going with like the first idea in my head, which I used to do when I was starting out. Like, I literally did not plan anything, not the story, not the pages. I just took my notebook, sat down, and started to draw whatever. And that was super fast. Like, that was real nice. I was churning out chapters weekly, literally. And yeah, then I just realized that, yeah. If you think about it, it's not that fast. Oh, I'm falling behind in the comments. Let's see. Where was I? My guy says, I've had rule 34 of my characters though. Nothing online is safe. Yeah, for real. Like, nothing is sacred, nothing is safe. Yeah. Like, you know, I don't wanna sound like hypocritical because I myself do draw NSFW content. But there's a line. Like, yeah. It's just, oh. Sometimes I just need eye bleach for the internet. Plus, you know, like, whenever it comes to your own characters, it's kind of weirder to see them in that context. Not every character, like, you know, if you like have a major story, where you even might plan with that, you know, things might happen later in the story, or it can be a part of the story, that's different. But like, when this person was showing me their Rule 34 Saigami creations, I felt sick to my core because it just was so wrong. So wrong. Like, just think about it. Like, Ayumi is a minor. Please don't. Like, that's not okay. So yeah. But of course, you know, sexualizing characters sadly is very common. And often it's not taken seriously. Not even by professionals or the people who are supposed to take it seriously. And oh boy. Ugh. One day I will tell a story about this. Reaper of Crows says, I also been learning a bit of linguistics because I wanted to make a language for my fantasy story. Oh, that's cool, that's cool. Oh, I love linguistics. Actually, my wife, she studied linguistics, so she's been getting me into it a little bit. Like, we've been watching like a bunch of videos and all that stuff, and I learned a lot about linguistics in like the past couple of years too, and it's just fascinating. And you know, Hungarian language is really something else. Like, it's one of the most difficult languages to learn. It's in the top 10, and what makes it like so unique and so hard to learn that it's its own bubble. Like, no other language is like Hungarian language. So, you know, like with some languages, like for example, you know, if you can speak Spanish, languages like French or Italian or Portuguese will be much easier for you to learn because they have similarities in grammar, maybe even some words. Same with like, you know, like English, German, Dutch. Those are very similar. Like, I speak English and German, and it was just making it easier knowing one language to learn the other. And once you know English and German, you basically can read Dutch because it literally is like the mix of those two languages. So yeah, linguistics are super fun. And you know, it definitely can make your world feel more alive. I mean, that's what Tolkien did. Like, everyone knows that that's how Lord of the Rings basically started out, that he just was doing his linguistics things. So that's really cool. But I would say is that you also want to be like careful with things, that like don't fall in that catch of 22 trap where you feel like you can't work on your story unless you have this element, but like you get caught up in working on that element and not on the story, so you just never get to the story part. But still, it's really cool. I think good research can make a story so much better. And you know, maybe you learn something that can make your story more unique, or you discover a new hobby or something. So yeah, that's always cool. Savage Bearer says, we have your back, Sunny, fighting the loneliness together. Aw, thank you. Thank you. That's so sweet. Yeah, like, you know, this is something I really like about the live streams, that it makes drawing actually a community experience, activity. Not sure what to use for it, but what's the right word. But yeah, it definitely doesn't feel lonely whenever I'm streaming, even though, you know, it's it's just me rambling for hours, but still it's still a nice feeling to not to have to do this alone. And of course I have the Pugaloos here with me on the couch, so there's that. But yeah, and in the future I would like to experiment more with like how to make the streams more of a community experience, like, you know, bring on people who can also talk, not just me, and all that. I actually have a collaboration in the works, probably for the end of the month, I think, and that's gonna be about a platform that might make community streaming and all that stuff a super fun experience. So I'm actually very excited about that, and I'm interested to see what we can make out of it, because I definitely would be happy to do a stream where, say, multiple people can draw, or we can just chat around, or I don't know, like there are possibilities and ideas. So yeah, fun stuff. Fun things are coming. What says, hát igen, nem gyakran mondjuk ezt. Yep, so that was in Hungarian, saying, well, yeah, we don't often say that. Which probably apply to Poopy Head. Oh, my Hungarian people. Alright. Starting to polish up this sketch is real nice. This is gonna make inking so much faster and easier. I'm trying to be better about it. The Reaper of Crows says, I try to buy the manga I like when I can. That or manga that I want to get into. Yeah, I'm the same, like, you know, if I want to support the creator of a series, I am trying to get the volumes. Be it digitally as an ebook, or get the physical copy whenever it's possible. And you know, many of the series I really got into, I read first as a Scalnation. So in a way, you know, I feel like Scalnations could also be like a trial version or a demo. Because, you know, oftentimes I'm like, oh, this series sounds cool, but I'm also not sure if I can get into it really. So I go and look up a Scalnation to see what it's really about, read a few pages, maybe even a few chapters, and you know, if it's my cup of tea, then yeah, I'm gonna go and buy it. Because the thing with scanlations is just gonna be crappy quality. Like, I know that whenever I get the official digital version or the print copy, I will get my money's worth because it's gonna be just much better quality, plus I'm supporting the publisher and the creators, so everybody wins. My guy says, funnest way to learn a new language is to learn the insults first. That's one of the things that kind of sucks about English. We only have like 4 or 5 really good swears. Yeah, the English language is a little bit limited. But, you know. I feel like that's like a very, very common thing that people go for the swear words first. Like, I remember when I was in middle school, we had this partnership with a French school. We, the Hungarian kids, were exchange students in France for a couple of weeks, and then the French kids came to Hungary and they were exchange students at our school for a bit. And yeah, the first thing everyone wanted to learn is, you know, how to swear in the other language, because that's crucial. So yeah. Fun times. I need to lower the opacity of this layer because I wasn't sure if I skipped any of the lines or not. Alright, should be good. I'm actually gonna save real quick and then scroll down in the comments. Where was I? Okay, there we are. Saido Kuraku TM. So like, I don't know if you'll probably get in trouble for this, but I know that Saturday M series are being released worldwide, but do you know or have hopes of having a deal for Japanese publication? I mean, we have a partnership with MediaDo, a company from Japan. They are basically, I don't know if they are one of the biggest or they are the biggest, I can't remember. For now, let's just roll with they are one of the biggest distributors of digital manga. They also own My Anime List, and like they are a big company in Japan, in the manga and anime industry. So we have a partnership with them. Whether that comes with a Japanese translation and distribution of our books, I honestly don't know yet. Might not. Even if I knew anything